Hello student. Today I am going to discuss Hertz and Linner's observation. To understand the Hertz observation, so you see the diagram, the experimental arrangement used by Hertz for the production of electromagnetic waves as shown in figure. In 1887, Heinrich Hertz performed an experiment to investigate electromagnetic radiation. He used a detector or a receiver made of a wire bent into a circle with metallic spheres on each end. A small gap was kept between the spheres S1 dash and S2 dash. Electromagnetic radiations were produced with the help of induction coil. So electromagnetic radiations was produced with the help of induction coil. Plates P1 and P2 and metallic spheres S1 and S2 attached to plates P1 and P2. Electromagnetic radiation falling on the detector induced a potential difference across the gap. This was evident as the sparks jumps across the gap. Hertz observed that sparks across the gap S1 dash, S2 dash jump more readily when the detector was exposed to ultraviolet light from an arc lamp. This observation led him to conclude the light facilitated the emission of some electrons from the metallic spheres. When suitable radiation fall on a metal surface, some electrons near the surface absorb enough energy from the incident radiation. Due to it, they are able to overcome the attraction of the positive ions in the material of the surface and escape to the surrounding. So these are the observations observed by Hertz. Now we'll discuss Linner's observation. Linner's used this apparatus experimental apparatus to observe for the observation experimentally set up to study photoelectric effect. This is cathode, which is negative, and this is A is anode. C is cathode, A is anode. So Linner used this apparatus as shown in figure to study the effect of light on a metallic surface. He observed when ultraviolet light fall on a metallic electrodes C, that is cathode, called cathode, electric current appeared in the circuit. When ultraviolet radiations fall on the cathode, then what you are getting? Electric current. We are getting electric current in the circuit. Electric current appeared in the circuit. This electric current in the circuit is known as photoelectric current. The flow current in the circuit is called photoelectric current. There is no current in the circuit when electrode C was not exposed to ultraviolet light. If ultraviolet light not falling on the cathode, there is no current in the circuit. He also concluded that only light of suitable minimum frequency is called threshold frequency results into photoelectric current. This minimum frequency vary from material to material. So Linnet also observed that the minimum frequency at which no electrons are emitted from the metal surface is called threshold frequency. So the above threshold, the certain frequency, above the certain frequency of suitable frequency of incident light, that ultraviolet light falls on the metal surface, then electrons are emitted. So if the frequency is below less than the threshold frequency, no electrons are emitted. The minimum frequency of incident required to emit electron from metal surface known as threshold frequency. Thus, photoelectrons are emitted from an emitter surface only if the frequency of incident light is greater than the threshold frequency. So, if the frequency of the incident light is greater than the threshold frequency, then electrons are emitted. From all these observations, it was concluded that when radiation of suitable frequency fall on a metallic surface, electrons are emitted. This phenomenon is known as photoelectric effect. The electrons emitted by the metal surface are known as photoelectrons. The electric current constituted by photoelectrons is known as photoelectric current. Thank you.